The situation in Syria remains a deeply troubling and complex topic, marked by political upheaval, regional power plays, and immense humanitarian suffering. The ousting of President Bashar al-Assad in 2024 has not brought stability, but rather a reshuffling of power that continues to have far-reaching consequences. In this video, we'll delve into the current state of Syria, explore Bashar al-Assad's legacy, and examine the implications of his removal. The current situation in Syria. According to Al Jazeera, Syria's current crisis is one of the most intricate conflicts in the modern era. Following Assad's removal from power in late 2024, the rebel group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS, has emerged as a dominant force in the region. HTS claims to focus on rebuilding Syria, but their Islamist history raises concerns among international observers. The power vacuum left by Assad has exacerbated tensions, with competing factions vying for control, regional powers recalibrating their strategies, and millions of Syrians continuing to suffer from dire humanitarian conditions. Deutsche Welle highlights that this change has dramatically altered the geopolitical dynamics of the Middle East. Iran, a staunch supporter of Assad, has faced significant setbacks. HTS's rise has disrupted Iran's ability to supply arms to Hezbollah, a key ally. This has weakened Tehran's axis of resistance, a network of proxies and allies stretching from Iran to Lebanon. Meanwhile, Israel's airstrikes on Iranian missile facilities in Syria signal that the regional power struggle is far from over. Who is Bashar al-Assad? Bashar al-Assad came to power in 2000 following the death of his father, Hafez al-Assad, who had ruled Syria with an iron fist for 30 years. Initially perceived as a reformist due to his Western education and profession as an ophthalmologist, Bashar's governance soon turned authoritarian. Reports from Reuters and the Jewish Telegraphic Agency detail how Assad responded to peaceful protests during the Arab Spring in 2011 with violent crackdowns. This brutal response ignited a civil war that drew in global powers and led to immense suffering and displacement. Under Assad's rule, Syria became a geopolitical battleground. Russia and Iran supported Assad militarily and financially, while the U.S. and its allies backed opposition groups. Assad's regime was accused of war crimes, including the use of chemical weapons against civilians. These atrocities severely tarnished his image globally, but did not deter his supporters from holding on to power for over a decade. The aftermath of Assad's removal. The removal of Assad in 2024, as noted by Reuters, marked a significant shift in the region's political landscape. It weakened Iran's strategic position, as Syria had long been a critical node in its axis of resistance. Hezbollah, an ally of Iran that relied on Syrian support, has been significantly weakened. HTS has capitalized on this power vacuum, portraying itself as a pragmatic force focused on rebuilding Syria. However, their Islamist roots and ties to extremist organizations like Al-Qaeda raise red flags. According to Deutsche Welle, skepticism persists among Western nations regarding HTS's true intentions. The Council on Foreign Relations emphasizes that HTS's rise is a double-edged sword. While it curtails Iran's influence, it also introduces uncertainties about Syria's future stability. HTS leader Abu Muhammad al-Jawlani's history with al-Qaeda cast doubt on the group's commitment to a peaceful and democratic Syria. The humanitarian crisis. The humanitarian situation in Syria remains dire. According to the UNHCR, over 6.9 million people are internally displaced, and another 5.7 million have sought refuge abroad. The country's infrastructure has been decimated, and international aid efforts are falling short. The United Nations continues to call for increased humanitarian assistance, but funding gaps leave many Syrians without basic necessities such as food, water, and medical care. Deutsche Welle and the Council on Foreign Relations further highlight how the ongoing instability perpetuates this crisis. With Assad gone, factions within Syria are still fighting for dominance, leaving ordinary citizens caught in the crossfire. International organizations warn that without a concerted global effort to stabilize Syria, the humanitarian crisis could worsen. Conclusion: the fall of Bashar al-Assad has not brought peace to Syria. Instead, it has ushered in a new era of uncertainty and power struggles. While HTS's rise challenges Iran's influence, it also raises questions about the group's intentions and Syria's future stability. Amid these geopolitical shifts, the Syrian people continue to endure immense suffering. The international community must prioritize humanitarian aid and work towards a sustainable solution for Syria's future. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on global events. Together, we can stay informed about the stories shaping our world.